Tonight we are here at the infamous Woman Hollering Creek, one of the locations in Texas where La Llorona has supposedly been seen.
Oh, be careful.
The red light was on. So we just had something really bizarre happen. That, I'm out.
My name is Professor Domino Perez, and I have worked extensively with the greater Mexican folkloric figure La Llorona. I don't think you get to set the terms of when you get to see her and when you get to encounter her. I absolutely think she's real.
What do I do? I just keep going?
Yeah. Right behind us is actually the Rio Grande River itself. This is where La Llorona supposedly lives. La Llorona, are you here?
See, I don't like that.
It's just a sea of black because I'm down here all alone, and I'm gonna kill my light and try to talk to La Llorona. What? If you don't subscribe to our channel already, please click that subscribe button and make sure to turn your notifications on. It helps us so much, and we can't thank all of you enough for the love and support. Also, if you don't follow me, Colin, on Instagram yet, go hit that follow button and go do the same with Peyton, who's even more poppin' on there than me. Getting more followers gets us one step closer to the big dreams that we have for this channel. In addition, if you want to support the show, our merch store is live. We have some pretty flame designs if you ask me. Thank you to everyone that has bought a piece in the past, and trust me, we see the love and recognize it. Anyways, enough shameless self-plugging. Enjoy the episode and stay spooky, guys. Before we start the film, I need to bring everyone up to speed on exactly who La Llorona is. In Mexican folklore, there is a woman who is feared by many and encountered by few. Her name is La Llorona. It is a near impossible task to find a folkloric figure possibly as influential or as widely feared as La Llorona herself. The tale of La Llorona has haunted Mexico and the southern regions of the United States for hundreds of years, and the stories of her existence date back centuries. Although there are many variations of the La Llorona story, there is a core narrative that seems to transcend through them all to form the core of the spooky story. According to legend, La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, was once a young poor maiden from a rural village commonly referred to as Maria. Although her family had no money, Maria was known around the village for her immense natural beauty. One day, a wealthy nobleman traveled through Maria's village and stopped in his tracks when he saw her standing on the side of the road. Their love was almost instant, and before long, the two were married and Maria gave birth to a few children. However, their marital bliss was to be short-lived. As the nobleman traveled for work, he began to stop spending time with his family. When he would return home for a day or two, he would give all of his attention to the children and none to Maria. Maria knew for a long time that she and her husband's love was dead, but it wasn't until he returned to the village with a younger woman that he had recently wed, bid his sons farewell, and completely ignored Maria that she learned of his plan to leave the family. When the nobleman left the village that day, Maria and the children were instantly sent spiraling back into poverty, and Maria was left nothing but a broken heart. In a fit of rage, Maria, angry and hurt, dragged her children down to the river and drowned them one by one. It was only after she had killed the kids that she realized what she had done, and she began to search the river for the children's bodies. However, the current was strong and the corpses were long gone. Days later, Maria was found dead on the riverbank. According to legend, Maria was challenged at the gates of heaven on the whereabouts of her children, and was told that she would not be permitted into the afterlife until she found them. Stuck between the worlds of the living and the dead, Maria is now cursed to search the living world for the spirits of her lost children. When people first began to encounter her spirit, they claimed that they heard her eternal weeping, and thus over time she was given the nickname La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman. Many parents in Latin America use the La Llorona legend to keep their kids from staying out late at night, warning them that La Llorona will get you. It is said that if La Llorona is to catch you alone at night, that she may attack you, may curse or mark you for death or misfortune, or at worst, may kidnap and drown you herself. While this sounds like a simple folktale, the legend of La Llorona is a very real thing. There are thousands of people across the Southwest that claim to have had run-ins with Maria's spirit, around rivers or lakes, or along roads and other places. It seems like La Llorona is still out there somewhere, searching for her lost children. To begin our journey to find La Llorona, I headed to the University of Texas at Austin's campus to speak to one of the foremost La Llorona researchers, Dr. Domino Perez. She has written extensively on the legend of La Llorona and claims to have even encountered the vengeful spirit herself.
My name is Professor Domino Perez. I'm an associate professor in the Department of English and the Center for Mexican American Studies, and I have worked extensively with the greater Mexican folkloric figure La Llorona. the weeping or wailing woman. My very first book project was about her exclusively, looking at representations of her spanning about 500 years, and looking at her representation in everything from oral stories to theater to film to commercial products to children's books to throw pillows, just about everything that you can think of. Coffee, in fact, I have some coffee over there on the shelf, La Llorona coffee, which I would never drink. So there are so many variants of the La Llorona story. One theorist has proposed that the only thing that they really have in common is the name La Llorona itself. The general story is that there is a woman, there is some kind of betrayal of her by an individual, usually a man, her lover, or a husband. There is infanticide. There is then the subsequent wandering, weeping, and wailing for the children that she has lost. So taking those different components and narrating them in a number of different ways, I think, constitute the kind of basis of most of the Llorona stories. But it's also incredibly adaptable. In more contemporary versions of the story, you find that the river or a body of water has been replaced by a garbage dump or an alley or the US-Mexico border.
So why do you think the legend is still so prevalent? It keeps resurfacing.
Yeah, so, I think, one, there is something very powerful about a wronged woman who is seeking redemption. We also have to think about how the story is used. The story is used to educate, to talk about acceptable behaviors for young women, right? Don't go out at night, or even men too. Don't go out at night. Don't meet with strange women. Don't go home with strange women. Don't walk home, in the dark. Don't be where you're not supposed to be. It can reinforce and teach certain ideas and attitudes to help keep children safe. But the stories are also told for entertainment. People like scary stories, ghost stories. People like the story. They like telling the story. For example, in my own family, I have several family members who have stories about encountering her. And the one that I remember most vividly was one of the first La Llorona stories I ever heard when I was 6 years old. And that's about an uncle who was coming home from a baile or dance late one night, and he was driving along a dirt road, and he passed a woman who was just walking along the side of the road, and it struck her, and she was dressed in white, and it struck him as strange that she would be walking out in the middle of nowhere by herself. And then a few yards later, he passed her again, and at this point, he starts to become a little concerned, and then as he's looking back over his shoulder to see if he can see her, he turns back around and she's standing in front of the car, and he slams on his brakes to stop and avoid hitting her, and instead of hitting a woman or hitting her specifically, there's a flock of birds that appear at the front of the house, in front of the car. So she either turned into a flock of birds and flew away, or it was a flock of birds, we don't know, but it was a story that moved him and affected him powerfully. And it was one of the first stories I ever heard. And that story inspired stories from other male relatives who were also present that evening, and they shared their own versions of seeing La Llorona off a pier in Galveston floating in the water while fishing one night. So I think, the stories are a way to entertain. They're a way that people, tell us something about themselves and what matters to them and what they worry about and what they value and what they're concerned about. But there's something about her story that moves people to tell it and retell it. There's something about her that I think motivates people to attend to her story and not let it go. I think the people who tell her story are invested in keeping her with them.
The first stop on our expedition to find La Llorona took us to the Buffalo Bayou in Houston, Texas, where a real-life version of the La Llorona story played out decades ago. Okay guys, so sorry we're shooting on the phone. The camera. I just said the camera battery. The camera battery is completely exhausted, and we did not pack a charger. But we're here in Houston, Texas. Now, the story of La Llorona is found all across Texas, from the Rio Grande River Valley to San Antonio, where we're going to be traveling to, and strangely enough, right here in Houston. So we're standing on the banks of the Buffalo Bayou here in Houston, Texas, and it was somewhere in this area where in 1986, a woman named Juana Marie Leja came down to the banks of the river and tossed 6 of her 7 children in an attempt to drown them. This is, you know, one of those crazy life imitating art, life imitating folk tales, cases of a La Llorona story that actually happened. So she was hearing voices. Juana actually was the subject of a lot of domestic abuse, and it's a very messed up story, but at the end of the day, she was hearing these voices telling her to come throw the children in the day before she came down here, and she came down to the banks of the river and tossed 6 of the kids in. Now, 4 of them survived, but 2 actually did drown and die right here on the banks. Well, not the banks. It would have been, they died right here in the Buffalo Bayou. Now, we can't pinpoint exactly where this happened because there's no information about that online, but who knows if that story was then used by, you know, Hispanic parents or even Texan parents down here to show their children, look at La Llorona is real. And maybe that contributed to this dude ride by on his bike. It's so loud.
Only in Houston. Alright.
Anyways, who knows if the story of Juana Leja and her children contributed to that rise in La Llorona stories and sightings. And as you'll notice throughout this entire video, which is what we're trying to show, the legend is still very real. Many parents still tell their kids about La Llorona, and to a lot of families, it's a real entity. I've spoken with people that claim that they've seen her. Nick Doty was telling me last night that some of the people at his work actually have seen La Llorona, and they worked on farms out in the Rio Grande Valley, and they would hear crying from the middle of the night coming down from the river. So hopefully we can get them on interview, but if not, we're just here in Houston to show you the area where it happened and fill you in on some of this history, because it's very interesting to us and to you guys at home, because La Llorona is very real. Whether or not there is an actual spirit that wanders riverbanks crying for her children, whether that's a folk tale or, I don't know, whatever. There are still cases where things like that have happened, and Houston, Texas actually is home to 2 of those cases. So we're gonna take a little walk and enjoy the rest of our Sunday. I guess let's cut to the next scene.
From Houston, Peyton and I headed south to San Antonio to meet up with my friend Nick and investigate the infamous Woman Hollering Creek, where many have seen a mysterious woman in white over the years. Some theorize that this woman in white is none other than La Llorona herself.
This grass is not really good.
Yeah, I don't like this grass.
Oh my god, I just feel like the hand is gonna come out.
Yeah, I don't
Grass.
like walking through this.
This is squishy. This is like wet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this okay? Are we gonna make it? It's kind of far.
There's a lot of long grass. Okay, so we came out here to try to get in the creek. It's right over there, but this long grass, we don't have snake boots and we don't want to get ticks, so we're gonna try to find another place to get access to the creek. Oh shit, it's wet.
It's really scary.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
There's a soccer field.
Yeah, let's go walk over there.
Yeah. What kind of freaking school is this?
Good question. Here, we can walk over here. This is perfect.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Here we are.
Oh, cool.
Like a little trail. People have walked here.
Yeah.
Good job, Peyton. Oh, look, we're right here at the creek.
Ooh, this is creepy.
Oh, here's the creek. Perfect.
Is the water actually there?
Yep.
There's some.
Look, we can walk across right here into the middle of it. Oh, dude, this is perfect.
Are there spiders, Colin?
Not over here.
What the f is this? Look at these prints.
Yeah.
I know.
What is that?
Probably like a... That's not a deer.
No, they're really
Oh.
big prints.
It has to be like a cow.
Yeah, is it a cow?
Probably was a cow.
It's a cow or like a big ass pig?
No.
That'd be a...
Yeah, it has to be a, cow. What else would be out here?
True. Okay, so here we are.
Okay guys, so tonight we are here at the infamous Woman Hollering Creek outside of San Antonio, Texas. This is one of the locations in Texas where La Llorona has supposedly been seen. A lot of these sightings come from the area near the Rio Grande River, which actually forms the border of Texas and Mexico. But right here outside of San Antonio, there have been multiple accounts of people coming across a woman in a white dress. There's a chill in the air. So a little bit of the explanation on the name. Sandra Cisneros, a famous poet from the area, once wrote a poem about this creek right here, and it involved La Llorona and the myth of the weeping woman. I've actually read a lot online about this creek and tried to figure out why it's named Woman Hollering Creek, but it's actually really weird because no one knows why it was named this. There's nothing from the Texas Historical Commission, there's nothing from any government resource that you can find. It's just here and people speculate on it. The most popular theory that people have about why it's named Woman Hollering Creek is that there was a family that lived here right here on the banks of the creek back in the 1800s, and one day they came under attack by a group of Native Americans, and I think it was the father died, and then as these Native Americans were sweeping in to kill the mother and her children, because back in the day all these skirmishes happened all the time here in Texas when it was a wild, more unsettled land, and apparently the mother in the family drowned her children right here in this creek in order to save them from what was to come if the Native Americans reached them. Now, I don't know if I believe that that's the actual reason why this is named that. There's nothing really to back that up, but I read from multiple different people, columnists in newspapers and magazines and different historians that have speculated on it, so who knows? Either way, there have been multiple accounts recorded of people seeing a woman in a white dress down here, hearing cries and weeps almost from this area. So we've come here tonight, driven out here. We're with one of my best friends in the world, Nick Hayes. He's behind the camera. It's Peyton and I obviously right here. And it honestly is creepy back here. What do you think about this area?
I mean, I keep hearing stuff behind me. I don't know if it's like frogs and stuff jumping into the creek, but it definitely has a vibe.
The woods are just
Yeah.
almost alive at night. So we're gonna turn the lights out. We've got the infrared camera. We've got a REM pod, a spirit box, and a millimeter here. And we're gonna see if we can get La Llorona to come talk to us tonight.
Doing on that.
Come under spider attack tonight. By the way, everybody, say hi to Nick. What do you have to say, Nick? How does it feel to be down here?
There's definitely an energy down here by the creek. Something just doesn't feel right, but that's why we're here, down to solve it.
What's your thoughts? Do you think we're gonna find any evidence tonight?
I don't know, I hope so, but at the same time I don't. I really don't want to encounter anybody else over here, because it's pretty thick. These woods seem like they go down for a pretty long while.
And they're filled with spiders!
Spiders everywhere.
God, it's like I feel them on me.
I do.
Like, look at, they're like in this tree, they're in that tree, they're up there. All over me. Yeah, me too. We're gonna go
There's
lights out.
Something back here.
Here we go.
The infrared, though, that's where you get to look kind of funky.
It's time to get funky.
Okay, Nick. So, Nick right here's got the REM pod. You can pull this up all the way. So, zeroed out. So the REM pod kicks out an electromagnetic frequency. Around it makes sort of a field, and if something enters the field in the immediate vicinity and disturbs the electromagnetic frequency that it's kicking out, it will alert one of these 4 lights. So now so now that we've got that on, do you want to, I guess, just set that on the ground somewhere? I can blast this light for you. What is that little noise?
The frog.
You heard that though?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so Peyton, you've also got our, it's technically a ghost meter, but it's an EMF meter.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything alerts on that, it's going to be,
Crazy.
yeah, something
Because we're
weird.
kind of out here.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere by a creek.
We out here.
Yeah, we are out here.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the spiders.
A little bit of like a tingle.
Yeah, definitely.
So, if there are any spirits here on the creek, anybody who died here, maybe La Llorona herself, we would like to speak to you now, and we are calling out to you. We're opening ourselves as portals, so feel free to come use our energy and manifest so that we can talk to you. I want to fall in this creek. Step back. If there's anybody here with us, can you give us some sort of a sign?
How far back?
Look at it. Oh, there's like a little structure back there.
A structure?
Oh, like a tree box. I don't know. It's like a little box. See that?
We need to
Yeah.
go over there.
What is that? Wait,
Wait.
blast it again?
Sorry, I'm looking right now.
It looks like it's a tree, like a structure to get the tree
Oh yeah,
grown.
I see that now.
But it's like the tree's not inside the box. It's just like a little box. Can you use your voice to talk to us? Maybe you have a message for a loved one, someone that died. Were you killed here?
Should we try walking down?
Sure.
Go into a different area?
Sure thing. Well, we're not really feeling too much from this initial area. Been here probably 15 to 20 minutes now, so we're just gonna continue. We're just going to continue walking in one direction, either way down the creek, and Nicky Poo here is going to lead the way.
Oh, let's do it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate it. Did we not just like go to the bridge or something?
Where's the bridge?
Back that way.
Here, let's walk through. Couldn't we walk through this area? This is like, there's another goalpost over there. Hayden, please help.
Here.
Anybody? What do you guys think?
Too thick.
It's up to you. Just grab a big ass stick. You see a stick around?
Go Teddy Roosevelt.
Now that's a stick. Wanna walk first? Oh god, it's like,
did you see that pollen just come off?
yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
It got right in my nose.
Oh, be careful. These vines right here are thorns.
Well, this is a good little area.
Great.
Careful.
Oh,
What?
there's a. Go back up.
Why?
Tons of bugs.
Yeah. Is that like blown out because it's so bright?
Yeah. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually drove for like 20 minutes trying to find another place to enter the creek. It's literally inaccessible. Everything's gated off. So we've walked just further down and tried to find an area, but even down here, just walking in this area, there are huge spiders on the ground. So we're trying to kind of stay up out of that area. Not like this is much better, but we've got the spirit box right here. This device scans through radio frequencies rapidly, and people say that in some of these upper frequencies that you don't really hear with your own ears, spirits are able to project their voices. So we're just gonna turn this on right now and see if we can hear anything. We're pretty far out in the country, so trying to go lights out. Here, we'll yeah, I saw the light on it too.
What?
Yeah, that's trippy, dude. The red light was on.
I didn't record any of
No,
that.
it didn't record any of that. Do you want to step back here?
Yeah.
Or if you want to stay out there, Peyton, do you want to just film and I can just stand here?
No. I was just seeing. Well, I was checking the voice if you heard anything, and there doesn't seem to be anything over there. But why'd that stop filming?
That's a bizarre sequence of events, dude.
Dude, that's weird. You heard something, and then all of a sudden, 5 seconds later, after you asked the spirit box,
We lost all that footage.
We lost all that footage, and you were 100% recording that.
no, there was without a doubt.
Dude, people online are gonna say that that's fake. Like, what,
Yeah.
like actually though.
No, especially after we were just talking shit about this. Like, I have chills right now.
Me
dude.
too. I got cold all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was weird.
I have like goosebumps.
That was really weird.
Dude, I heard like a woman, like, not to sound like, I'm literally not at all trying to make that like cliche, but I heard like a voice come from over there.
And then right after you said that, there was a rustling over there. Like, it was not just like the wind, how it's normally been happening. It was like, that was weird.
And then the camera just shut off. It didn't, maybe, that's just trippy to me, dude. Because this camera doesn't just turn off. When does that ever happen to us? I don't think that's ever
Literally
happened.
never.
And you saw the red light, right?
Yeah.
No, it was recording that entire time.
Okay guys, so we just had something really bizarre happen. We actually weren't expecting anything to happen here. No. But, so that clip that we just played ended really suddenly because as we were doing a spirit box right here, the actual camera just turned off in Nick's hands. His hands were not on the camera. You have to shut the camera to turn it off. And it just went and just stopped recording. And instantly when that happened, well, actually right before that, I pointed out to them that I thought I heard a woman's voice from back behind the creek area. And then Nick heard a rustling, went over to check it out, and instantly the camera stopped recording. And I just reviewed the footage and it looks like it turned off right when we did the spirit box. Like literally instantly.
And all that happened right after you asked if you could do so, like if they could use their voice. Could we hear something on that?
Yep. Dude, that's trippy.
That was actually really strange.
Because that's never happened to us ever, where it just stops recording and then doesn't get anything. Well, okay, well I guess we'll turn this back on and do one more minute of spirit box. We didn't really get anything before, which is what's weird, but maybe now we'll get something really extra.
And it's definitely recording this time.
Okay, good. If you just turned off our camera, can you tell me why did you do that?
I'm gonna record on my phone too, just as like
It sounded like it just said slut almost. Creepily enough.
Did you drown your kids here? It's kind of weird. Did you die here?
I thought I just heard a footstep behind you. Did you hear that?
Dude, don't even say
Almost like dead ass.
No, I didn't hear that.
Dude, it got creepy all of a sudden.
It got really dark and like,
It's,
This
it's
whole
like
creek,
really dark.
It's like pitch black.
dude, and that breeze really kicked up.
Yep. Are you with us? Oh, what the f was that, bro? What the f?
It was a twig. It was a
Okay,
twig. It was
something
a
just
twig.
literally hit my leg.
Okay.
Oh
It
my,
was a,
dude, that just hit me so hard. I was like,
it was a
That's so
twig.
dark. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared now.
are you scaring us? Do you want us to leave?
It sounded like it said yeah.
Mm-hmm. It did kind of,
Yeah. But maybe it's just the.
the Matrix thing. But you hear that too? It's a little. It's like it came alive all of a sudden, and it's starting to rain a little bit. So it's like, if you have one more thing to say to us, since we're back here trying to talk to you. Another trippy thing here. Once again, if you guys heard something during that spirit box, let us know in the comments, because, you know, right now we're obviously not in our right minds because there's bugs, spiders, creepy ass stuff happening all around us. We're out in just like the middle of nowhere,
Not to mention it's starting to rain.
and it's starting to rain. But I also forgot to mention earlier, it just happened again. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but when we were walking over there, the camera light, I don't think I was filming the first time, but the light dimmed like significantly, like the max. Did you see that when that happened? Yeah, the maximum, it was at maximum, and then the maximum now is like much dimmer. And then just now when we were recording, it dimmed even a little bit further. And it doesn't do that, I should point out. These lights last forever. God, it's eerie out here. Okay, well, from Woman Hollering Creek, it's Colin.
And Peyton.
And let me get little Mickey poo back here.
And Nick.
Here, let me clear the air right here. If you guys are just joining us for the first time, thanks for, you know, watching our video and supporting us. We love everybody here. Nick is one of my best friends. He's awesome. He does a lot of art too, so check out his Instagram. Do everything you can for this guy. Obviously, Peyton's popping on Instagram way more than me, so go follow her if you can. But just thank you for watching, and it's very creepy out here. And I think, I just keep touching this fucking
gross.
thorn. I think we're gonna call it a night. But anyways, from Woman Hollering Creek, stay spooky. Woo! Dude, I never want to wash my car again. What do you have to say?
Stay spooky, fam.
That was perfect. That's sexy. The big question, do you think La Llorona is real?
I absolutely think she's real for those people who have encountered her. I have not had a direct encounter with her. I've heard her, absolutely heard her. I did my graduate work in Nebraska at the University of Nebraska. When I first started doing my research on La Llorona, one of the very first books that I found, it was an old folkloric study about her, and I went to the copy machine to make, and this sounds ridiculous, but I went to the copy machine and I did a whole series of copies, and none of them came out. Not only did none of them come out, they were all sort of wavy. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a really sort of interesting journey. And then along the way, especially when I became frustrated or I became discouraged in my work, I felt like there were instances where she would sort of pop up and play with me and sort of push me on. And so, you know, we lived in an old house. If you've ever been to Nebraska, it's an incredibly windy place. But the old house that we lived in, there were gaps in between the, you know, the doors and the windows. And the wind would blow and it would sound like somebody screaming. And, you know, that happened more than once, and I would think, okay, that's just a friendly reminder that I need to just keep doing what I'm doing and be thoughtful about the way that I'm doing it. And so again, I mean, I've never seen her, but I've heard her, and I've spoken to a number of people and know enough people who have believe that they've had encounters with her. And who am I to say that what they experienced and what they saw wasn't real? I wasn't there, and I think that that's where La Llorona lives and breathes in the stories of the people who attend to her legend. My uncles share a story about her. They were both present. They both saw her. And so rather than an individual story, it's a shared story. And so that story is particularly fascinating for me because there is a consensus on what they saw and what happened. And that's unusual to have two people be a part of an event, but they were fishing one day off the Galveston Pier, but they were fishing and they'd been there all day long and they had brought provisions to kind of fish through the night. And as the evening progressed, a kind of fog rolled in, and one of my uncles heard a woman crying out in the water for help, and my other uncle heard her too, and he said, the first uncle said, we have to help this woman. She's in danger. And my other uncle said, no, don't go. It's La Llorona. And the uncle who warned against about following the voice, in his telling of it, he recalls my uncle standing up and moving toward the water and him literally having to physically restrain his brother to prevent him from going out into the water. And at that moment, when he stopped him, he sort of snaps out of this kind of stupor that he's in, and they both look out in the water, and there's this figure in white that's floating out over the Gulf. And so that, for me, represents a different kind of story, again, because you have two people who are experiencing the same event, you have consensus, you have the telling of her story from two different vantage points, and ultimately you have consensus about what they both saw. And so that, to me, is a fascinating version of the story.
From San Antonio, we headed back to Austin to pick up our friend Maxon and headed out on an 8-hour-long drive to travel to the Big Bend National Park in southwest Texas. Big Bend is an amazing place with an incredible amount of natural beauty. It is in places like Big Bend where you can really see history. It's still alive in these areas. The park is filled with abandoned structures and lost graves, and below the beautiful surface sits an extreme amount of spiritual energy and negative history. It is here, however, on the banks of the Rio Grande River, where La Llorona supposedly resides. Okay, so right now, how long have we walked, Max?
7 miles.
We've already hiked 7 miles up to our campsite and back. We're gonna have to hike another 3 miles to get back just to go to bed later tonight. But it's 10:30 p.m. We're here in Big Bend cruising through these back roads. We haven't seen a car in ages. Mm-hmm. This is desolate out here. The mountains are pitch black. The moon is almost full. There was a super moon last night, so a lot of energy there. Right now we're headed to the area where basically the legend of La Llorona was born, the Rio Grande River. So this is actually the river that forms the border between Texas and Mexico. So we're going to be on the actual border of our two countries tonight, investigating this legend. And this is where, over the years, hundreds upon hundreds of people have claimed to have seen La Llorona herself, with even some people having claimed to have seen her here in Big Bend at this specific area. All these sightings range from hearing the crying to seeing La Llorona herself, aka a woman in a white dress who is walking along the riverbed, crying and wailing, the weeping woman herself. When we get there, we're actually going to be taking a hiking trail. Hot Springs Historic Area.
Look, there's that cliff thing in the mountain.
Yep.
Well, that is weird.
Trippy.
So I go this way?
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll see the bathrooms. Hopefully a spot in the park.
No.
Okay, well, I might as well give this shot.
Cool.
We are out here, dog.
So is that in Mexico?
Yeah, kind
Probably.
of right in front of us, yeah.
Here's Peyton, our valiant driver, plugging away. Oh, God.
I'm gonna slow down.
It's okay. Just keep driving. Don't worry.
But yeah, this is, so right now we're pulling into the Hot Springs Historic Area. Oh, first lights.
What do? I just keep going?
Yeah. Caution,
Oh,
narrow,
dual
winding
wheeled
road
vehicles, it
ahead.
means like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Who would drive their RV down this? I was like, go.
So this is a fat drop off right to the left.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Oh, look at the little mouse. There's a little
Where'd he go?
mouse under the bridge.
Oh, cutie.
Look at him go.
Little froggy.
Blends right in with that dirt.
He's so cute. Boing, boing, boing. Bop, 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 bop.
Let's go look at this.
He's so cute.
I was like, oh, he's loud.
This shit's crazy, dude. So what is this, the old post office?
Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, is it the post office?
They mentioned something about a post office.
Maybe this is the. I think this is the where they actually.
Oh, look at those paintings in there. That's some trippy graffiti or old painting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not graffiti.
Look at that spider.
Where?
Come out here.
Dude,
Everyone relax.
that,
Where
bro.
is it? Oh, that's a big old wolf spider, huh?
The big boy.
That. Dude, do not touch it, you son of a bitch. You are a crazy dude.
Palm tree
Yeah.
is pretty.
Palm trees very random in Texas. Okay, so my introduction in the car got a little bit cut off because the road was so bumpy. It was an absolutely insane road. And we are now here right near the Rio Grande River here in Big Bend National Park, way at the west southern end of Texas. Now this is crazy. This is the #1 spot on the planet where La Llorona has been seen. This is where the legend basically was born. The Rio Grande River, if you do not know, forms the actual border between Texas and Mexico. So it is right here where all these legends of this haunting sprung up. If you guys don't know what La Llorona is, I actually will say that in the video earlier. But anyways, it's coming up on midnight right now. We're all alone out here. It's very freaky. We're in the deserted bathhouse area. We're gonna go take a dip in some hot springs, which is gonna be in another video in this series. But I guess, Peyton, what do you feel like? What do you think's gonna happen tonight?
I'm not really sure. You know, it's very dark, and there's only moonlight, so it's already kind of scary.
Big ass spiders too. Sure, I'll put that shot in there. Shrieking
birds.
hawks everywhere, screaming at each other. Desolation. We're literally at the border of Texas and Mexico, like right now. Probably Border Patrol agents watching us. Sorry, guys. But anyways, we're gonna head over to the hot springs and the Rio Grande now and see if we can conjure up La Llorona herself. Ooh.
20 million times better than this light.
Oof.
Wonder if these little individual Maybe this is where people stayed.
Yeah, this looks like an area where they would have stayed when they were here at the hot springs.
Look at this one, Colin. You like this one?
Oh. What's on the wall? A donkey, a farm. Oh, it's a horse and a little cowboy.
Oh, there's a little dude.
Ooh. Okay, turn up all the way? Yeah. Yeah, that guy's kind of cool.
He's chilling. Let's go to some hot springs.
Yeah, he's springing, just like us. Whoa. Peyton? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, that scared me. Yeah, empty.
Alright, let's go.
Come look at my side. I feel like I'm about to get nabbed
Dude.
out the bushes.
This looks like some Apache death cave.
Pictograph.
Oh, dude, dope.
Dude, look though, look. That was so spook.
Oh, buddy.
Here's one.
Wow.
Spider in my pants. There was a spider in my pants.
Oh my, bug check please.
So this is an old Native American pictograph right here.
This is trash. Pictographs are images painted onto a rock. Petroglyphs are images carved or pecked into the rock. Red pictographs decorate the cliff face. Made from ochre, which is that cinnabar stuff that they mined for the mercury ore.
American Indian history.
Here you go. Accurately interpreting designs such as these is impossible. but we can assume that some figures had symbolic meaning, perhaps representing legends and stories concerning the origins of the people who made the images, or relating to their spiritual life.
So imagine being an American Indian, Native American, coming up here.
We don't know what the heck those mean because
No.
we're not living the daily life. That could have been a rainbow up there.
Yeah, that's just insane though, dude, isn't it? Think of how old that is.
It'd be fun. But to come like, paint rocks and soak in hot springs and hunt, just chill out.
That has to contribute to the energy of this
Let's get up
region.
here, dude. That looks really cool.
Because this area is just supercharged.
Mountain in the far right up there, you see the mountain?
Uh-huh.
And that maybe is a boat.
I can tell
take
you
my
really
word
have
for it?
studied pictographs.
Oh! And that's a beetle. Oh!
My friend.
Crazy.
Gonna crawl up in there, buddy?
So cool.
It's kind of a spooky path. I mean, dude, how crazy is it to think that those mountains are Mexico over there? Like, literally right there. You can see.
You gonna swim across?
Be my guest. Not looking
Hey,
for
no
the federal
dares
jail
tonight.
today.
No dares tonight.
No. This is not the place to dare a friend.
No.
Are those pictographs too? Or that
I think that's just
that's
chert.
decay and-
Rust.
I'm gonna run right now just a mel meter. This is fresh battery.
You want to zoom in on the Mel?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. I kind of did.
So it should be reading a 0 because we're way out in a national park. There's no infrastructure around here. There are no power lines. We're literally amongst giant, what?
So that's Mexico.
Yeah, that's Mexico right there.
Holy crap, look at the moonlight on there, dude.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Yeah, you want me to
It's
walk in
crazy.
front? Where do you want to shoot this?
Oh, that's okay. I can just...
Just kind of running around here.
So it should stay at a 0.0 because we're just surrounded by all these rock deposits. We're on a river. There's no electrical lines even close to here. But as many of you guys know, a lot of paranormal theories suggest that spirits or entities from, whether you want to call it another dimension, the afterlife, whatever, give off an electromagnetic signal or a frequency, and that's what this mel meter detects. So if this alerts,
Yeah.
it's gonna be kind of odd. Oh, dude, look at there it is right there. I can't believe we're actually here right now.
I'm trying to read the map at the same time.
Oh, dude, 1.2 right here. Look at, see that? Maxi, look at, is it a 1.2?
Oh, the light. I picked it up.
Man,
I totally whiffed it.
you son of a bitch. That's crazy though, 1.2. How does that happen? What? Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, it goes. The springs are right next to the river.
Look at, we're so close.
That is creepy, dude.
Bro, look at point two again, right by the river. La Llorona, are you here with us right now on the Rio Grande? Did you drown your children? We invite you to come and make contact with us tonight if you're still here. We just want to talk. We can't help you. We don't know how to help you, but we will talk to you and we'll figure out what's going on, how you ended up like this. We'd love to know why. So come on over and hang out with us tonight. We're here to talk. And that's literally the shore of Mexico over there. Still rocking a 0 on the meter. We've got the spirit box as well to try and initiate contact when we find the right place, but until then we're just kind of exploring a little bit and seeing how close we can get, because obviously we don't want to cross the border or do anything sketchy and end up in a federal prison. Oh, point one right here. Let's go back. Nope. So it was a phantom signal. Oh, point 3.
Oh, I saw that.
Right here. Point 1. Do you hear that siren? Is that a siren? No, I'm like seriously though, do you hear that?
Mm-mm.
It's like a very, I thought I heard like a police siren. Still rocking 0.0. Like I said, when these spikes happen, it's weird. So we should also make note that there are over 300 graves here in the Big Bend. Oh, 0.7, right when I said the graves, dude. 0.7.
Let's walk back for a second. Keep the light away. Sorry. Nothing. See, I always like to go back and check the area once again with the meter to see if it's something that we can identify. Like if it can go back to 0.7, then we can identify it as like, God, these bugs, like a power line or, you know, a telephone line or something underground that we don't know about. But we occasionally get these things that are called phantom signals, as I like to call them, where they come and go, just like a phantom. And that's what's weird, because why would it record that? This is a scientific instrument. 0.3, dude, right when I'm talking about it, 0.4.
That scared it off.
God. Look, dude, it keeps going to 0.4. Why?
We're just getting beamed with
Look at, show the river. Wanna walk right here? Look at that, bro. Should I walk over there and get a shot?
I can kind of see the, you can see the horizon. Oh, there's the moon. That's a pretty cool shot.
So right here, we're here at the hot springs.
Yeah, it's nice.
We've been swimming. It's around.
I get a shot of the moon reflecting off the hot
Oh,
springs.
I will. So this is actually a 105-degree hot tub that actually exists in the foundation of the old bathhouse that they used to run here at the hot springs. Ooh. So you can see the water is beautiful. Very romantic for a little date night with my
steaming.
hubby. It's steaming. We had to get out because it's too hot. But it's pretty dope that this is just the foundation of the old bathhouse. We're literally taking a hot tubbing trip through history. This dark hole is pretty creepy too, where the water flows out from. Would you recommend the hot springs to everybody?
Yes.
So would I. So here we are at Big Bend. Maxon's taking a little break. You can't even see him. Lots of reports of spiritual activity in this area. We saw 2 shooting stars here. This is just like one of those places that you have to come here to see, to believe and experience. And you spend it, jeez, I got some in my mouth. Spend it with someone you love and it makes that 10 times better. And don't forget, I love this little guy too. But yeah, so here is the river where La Llorona supposedly lives, infesting these waters right here. It's pretty insane to be here on an almost full moon. A shit ton of bugs. Peyton, what have you been hearing? What have you been hearing while we were here?
Oh, I've been like thinking I've heard people talking.
Me too. You heard people laughing at first,
Yeah.
off camera, and then just now we thought we heard people talking, and then you and I were sitting right here in the tub just talking, and there's a huge bang from somewhere right over there in the canyon.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just crazy, guys. Not only in the paranormal aspect, but just in the whole living life thing. To be in like a natural spring hot tub in a old bathhouse ruin on the literal border of the United States and Mexico, looking at the Rio Grande where La Llorona supposedly lives. That shit is crazy to me. And it's like, I'm so glad I do what I do. Thank you all at home for supporting us, and we love you. So now that we took a brief intermission and got here in the hot tub, soaked our muscles a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna put our clothes back on right now and do an investigation here, a formal investigation to bring you guys the truth, to try to contact La Llorona and to see how much truth this legend really has, right here at the place where she was born. Oh shit. What? Oh, I thought that was hydrate. What do you have to say? The rock. Okay, so we just went swimming in the little abandoned bathhouse, the hot spring that is here right off of the Rio Grande in the Big Bend National Park. We got Peyton here, we're fully clothed now. But right behind us is actually the closest that we can get right now to the Rio Grande River itself. This is where La Llorona supposedly lives. We have a spirit box right here. God, there's some buggies out. And that scream? Did you hear that? Maxon?
Didn't hear anything.
Did you, Peyton?
Peyton is like less than shoulder height on this slope right now, though.
I just thought I heard like something in my ear, like a scream.
You want to do it again?
To get these buggies off of us and to see if we can, not scare La Llorona away from us, we're gonna have Maxon kill the light now. Wait, yeah, keep it recording.
I didn't push it. It stopped and then it went straight back to recording.
Dude, that was literally what happened to us when we were filming the other La Llorona thing. The camera f***ed up with Nick.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay,
oops.
to put this into perspective real quick, Maxon, literally the camera just stopped recording and then started recording again. And Maxon, you were not touching the button?
No, I didn't push it.
No. So, that if you've seen this episode so far, that happened to us in San Antonio while we were looking for the same entity. But yeah, let's kill these lights right now.
They get some setting you turned on.
Here, watch. I'm not, like, see my hand, thumb is wrapped around. Is it going still?
Yeah, it's recording.
What the heck?
So it did it again. What the f? Why?
I don't know, okay.
Okay, so let's just kill that light and let's turn on infrared so we can get this rolling. There you go, did it again. That's trippy, dude.
Oh no, we got nice shots. It didn't cut that time. Oh wow, the river looks crazy.
Okay, let's go to La Llorona's home.
Dude, you wouldn't believe how crazy this looks.
La Llorona, are you here?
Does it sound like you hear people?
What?
Yeah, that time I thought I heard something
I
like
didn't hear anything. What'd
8
you hear
seconds
ago?
It's like people.
Where?
That's what I heard earlier.
Where though?
Down there.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Almost. Sounds almost like a song. Like someone singing a song.
See, I don't like that.
That's definitely just some matrixing with this river. There's no way that... Yeah, it's just the sound. It's kind of creepy. Let's turn on the spirit box. You hear like a woman's voice just now?
Yeah.
Right there? You did? Did you hear that?
No, I don't like the static though. It's
okay.
God, did you see that giant frog? Oh.
Here, let's get in close. I don't know why it's so quiet. La Llorona, the weeping woman. Do you exist? Why are you haunting this region? Where were you born? Can you tell me your real name? What are you guys looking at?
I don't know.
Well, been doing the spirit box for a little bit now. I'm not really hearing jack shit from it. Do you hear that? Well, I mean, honestly, what do you think that is?
I don't know, but it freaks me out.
We'll tell the camera real quick what we're hearing so we can just talk about it.
Just hearing like a lot of voices randomly, which is kind of weird.
I've never heard noises. Max, are you hearing this though too?
I can't tell.
Me either, but
It's like, I want to think it's just the river, but sometimes it goes away for a while, you know?
mm-hmm. And it also, there's like pronounced ones that kind of come up like loudly, like they're getting like closer and like going
Like there,
away.
I just heard something just there to my right. Which is, you know, across the
Like
way.
that right there. Sounds like almost, I don't know, that's weird. I've never heard something like this. I mean, we're here at the literal border of the United States and Mexico. There's no one
I'm gonna turn the flashlight on, just kind of scan the river real quick. La Llorona, I demand you come out and reveal yourself to me, if you exist. Where are you?
Want a hand?
That's a little spoopy. Well, let's go hit one more location, then we can walk out of here. Sound good, guys?
Location.
Well, little wrap-up thoughts right here. Peyton, what do you think?
It's kind of too loud to hear anything, but we were like hearing voices anyway. It creeps me out, personally.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this area just has a ton of energy. Right there, there's one right there.
Yeah.
Almost loud.
Go to the porn.
This area just feels like it's like American Indian pictographs and history, cemeteries throughout this park, all the geomagnetic energy, running water right here, the border, how many people have died right here. And like supercharged, it's weird. Don't think it's La Llorona, but there's definitely some sort of an energy here. Whether it's positive or negative, it's really hard to tell. It's just kind of definitely a bit spooky. His pants are straight just falling off. So loose. Thought I heard a little voice right there when I was rolling on that. It's so trippy and it sounds like stupid to say, but I feel like the rocks are like talking.
Yeah.
Like I hear like it's so trippy, like
Weird echoes.
like yeah, voices like shit. Okay, so the Rio Grande is, as you can see, just like before, right there. I'm a little bit more inward to get closer to these rocks, which contain both Native American pictographs and there's just the fact that they're rocks, which a lot of paranormal theories suggest that massive outcroppings of different rocks or minerals can increase paranormal activity in an area because of the geothermal energy and the magnetic energy that comes with these rocks. So I've come down the path a while, completely alone, down here on the banks of the Rio Grande. Let me remind you again, right across that river is Mexico. Really, this whole time, I'm kind of the one who's been super interested in La Llorona. I've known this story since I was 5 years old up in South Dakota, but I've never been given the chance to investigate the actual tale of La Llorona until right now, in this exact moment, right here in my life, and it's crazy. So I really just above all would like to know if she exists. I'm not trying to debunk anything or, rain on people's parades, but I'm out here speaking the truth, and this is exactly our experiences, exactly as they happen. So anyways, as you can see, there's a trail over there. There's a trail over there. It's just a sea of black because I'm down here all alone. I'm gonna kill my light and try to talk to La Llorona. So I've got night shot on right now. Here's my millimeter. Peyton and Maxon walked down the path a little together. Both really worn out from our day, and I just decided to tackle this alone. Is there anybody out here with me? Oh. Okay, that's okay, so that just sounded like bubbling noises. I haven't heard any of those this whole time we've been here, even when we were just, oh, dude, 666. Our receipt today at the cafe was 666. How trippy, right when we had something weird. It just sounds like voices, like constantly down here. I've never been somewhere so like charged. But just now I heard like massive bubbling from the river right there. We've been swimming here for about 2 hours now, investigating for about 45 minutes, and Haven't heard anything like that? There's a coyote. Dude, I feel like okay, this is... I just got literally full body chills, man. My whole body is cold. Like a huge cold breeze. You can hear it in the wind too, or the trees. You can hear the wind. The whole... La Llorona! Did you kill your children? Why did you do it? Millimeter right now, 2, 1. Can you cry for me? I want to hear your wails. I want to know that you're real. Show me your powers. La Llorona, the weeping woman. Can you give me at least one sign that you're here, or just tell me something? I came all the way down here to talk to you. And if you exist, and that's an if, do something right now and show me. I don't know if I'm tripping out, but that literally just sounded like a woman, like... Damn, this just got spooky really quickly. Holy shit, I was just getting B-roll. Spooky figure down the trail that I couldn't identify. Okay guys, well we've been out here for a while trying to search for a sign of La Llorona. I had definitely a couple of creepy little moments in here. I just heard some sort of a whisper. Ooh, lost my train of thought there. Definitely creeped out down here on the Rio Grande. Who knows who would be down here at this time of night. You know, it's like midnight, or it's like 12:30, 1 a.m. So anyways, I did hear some really strange stuff. We got some weird EMF signals, just odd voices, just such a weird vibe down here, supercharged energy. But I know Max and Peyton are really tired after a long day of hiking and exploring and filming, so... La Llorona, this is your last chance. Can you give me a scream? Or at least let me hear your voice. Well, at least I didn't get killed tonight by La Llorona, as I was admittedly slightly afraid of being. And from here, literally on the Rio Grande River in Big Bend National Park here in beautiful Texas, the legend of La Llorona will continue. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video and the others that we do, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on the video, leave me a comment telling me any story about La Llorona that you were told as a kid. Did you hear about her? Were you told to not go out at night? Have you ever heard her cries or seen her? I'm so interested in hearing your guys' stories about this legend. But from here in Texas, everybody, thank you all for watching. We appreciate the support and love as always. Sending lots of love from all three of us. It's Colin here, and stay spooky.
We ended up staying in Southwest Texas for almost an entire week, filming a series on the many haunted locations within Big Bend National Park and all of West Texas itself. A series which will begin airing on our channel sometime in May. It's really good, I promise. However, at the end of the trip, as we returned returned home to Austin, I couldn't get Dr. Perez's thoughts on La Llorona out of my head.
So this is from an artist, David Salas. And I found him online, and he was selling La Llorona t-shirts on Cafe Press. And I did not know he was in Austin at the time, but he and I formed a friendship, and he made a print for me. And I do an analysis of this print in my book, but he presented me with this, and it's one of my most treasured pieces. I have lobby placards from La Llorona films, Mexican films about La Llorona. So this is just straight up about La Llorona. This is the Mexican wrestler Santo in La Venganza de La Llorona, so the revenge of La Llorona. La Llorona, and here we have our masked Mexican wrestler, right? The cry of La Llorona. You see the image of her in the background.
That's a really cool poster.
This is another one. La Maldición de La Llorona. So this is La Llorona coffee from the Coffee Shop of Horrors. And these are, this is my La Llorona archive. So these are the films in which she's appeared, books. She appears in a copy, in a narrative that features Angel from the Buffy series.
Interesting.
Children's books on La Llorona, and she seems an unlikely subject for children's books. But a lot of these stories involve retellings and recuperations of her, so she's not this tragic figure. She's a figure who's been wronged, socially, culturally, institutionally, right? So yeah, these are just some of the artifacts in my extensive archive that I thought you might be interested in taking a look at.
At the beginning, you kind of said that our mistake was searching for La Llorona.
Oh, right.
So
when you
why?
told me that you went looking for her. Yeah, I don't think you get to set the terms of when you get to see her and when you get to encounter her. I think that's very much about her. I think that she has control over that. Because the surest way to not find La Llorona is to go searching for her. Because I don't know anybody who has told me a La Llorona story and said, I went looking for La Llorona and then I had this encounter. It was always somebody who was where he or she wasn't supposed to be, or somebody who was just minding his or her own business, or somebody who was surprised. It was never a La Llorona hunter.
Sadly for us, I wish. At the end of the day, we really didn't find La Llorona. I think that it would be impossible to do so even if you had hundreds of investigators and unlimited time on your hands. These strange paranormal energies and phenomenons don't follow a code, they don't repeat on command, and they certainly do not instantly respond to your calls. However, even though we didn't encounter a physical manifestation of La Llorona during our travels, that does not mean that the stories that many tell of their own encounters with the weeping woman aren't true. Who knows what La Llorona is? Maybe she really is just a legend, and the people who have seen and encountered her are just seeing things or making up stories for entertainment. Maybe she's a cultural invention or a manifestation of common societal fears. However, on the other hand, what if her spirit really is out there, wandering dark roads and riverbeds at night, searching for her dead children, crying out alone into the dark? She could be out somewhere searching, wandering, right now. Maybe she's close to you as you're watching this video. Check your windows after you finish this film. Lock your doors. Keep your eyes open the next time you're on a dark road at night. You never know. If she really is out there, maybe she's looking for you. Thanks for watching, and stay spooky.